Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Otaku Go here on the Gunpla Network. I'm the Spicer, and today's review of Popup Parade's Yoko from Gurren Lagann comes to you courtesy of those fine folks at Chi-Chi's Anime. Chi-Chi's Anime is an online retailer that also frequents cons here in the US with a variety of options not only online, as well as some exclusives for congoers. You can catch them at a variety of cons, and you can find out what their next con is on their website, chichisanime.com. When you're over there checking out what their next con's going to be, and you're checking what they've got to place your next order, don't forget to use the promo code GUNPLA10 to save 10% off on your next order. See, y'all know me. I'm not a box guy. I don't really keep boxes. It's just a me thing. But I have to say I like the Popup Parade boxes for the simple fact that they're effective. They're like 3/4 plastic, and it's clear plastic, so you can see through. Now, not that Popup Parade has any issues with QC, but something like this really takes care of any concerns you would have. And yeah, I mean, it's just a nice thing. It's gonna get thrown away anyway. I know, it's like from the for the planet, it's not great, but this is something as a consumer I can appreciate more than just a cardboard box, right? Or like a small little viewing window. I know what I'm getting when I open this box. It is right there, and I can see it very clearly. Now, once you do get Yoko out of the box, she's very well done. There's a degree of differing textures and finishes that helps accentuate every different piece, and it's stylized in a way that feels very Gurren Lagann. Something that you can get sometimes with different figurines is, especially for just character figurines like this, where there's no effect to help sell the figure, right? Is there's some kind of stylization, and particularly, like, C2 from Code Geass and all the girls from Code Geass have this problem where all of the figurines, it's like, make them as sexy as you can. Whereas Yoko, it's like, well, she was already kind of designed to be that way, so just do what the show did. Like, don't put her in a crazy pose or anything, don't make a weird special outfit, just put Yoko, because Yoko's cool. And they do a very good job here. One of the things I think really sells that is her hair. Her ponytail is like a solid chunk of plastic with like no texturing on it. And I actually really like that, because that feels much more Gurren Lagann. It fits into the art style. It's a creative liberty that was taken, but it does work very well here. Her hair is done very nicely. The paint is handled quite well. There's not a lot of exaggerated texturing or line work on her hair. You, of course, have that little like patch in the front, and of course that's where all the detail comes in. But it's not trying to distract from the figure, which is something a lot of other figurines try to utilize hair for. Is like, okay, put a really strong gradient paint scheme, or maybe have some clear plastic in there or something. But here it's like, no, that is not the point of this figurine. You want a good representation overall of Yoko. So we're not going to pick one individual piece to be so much better or so much different than the rest. Now, of course, you have her little 2 stick thingies for her ponytail. You have her little skull clip thingy, and then you have her sunglasses. Her sunglasses are a nice transparent orange. The skull and the little hair sticks are done about as well as you expect for something like that. The scarf is a different finish, which is nice to help kind of separate it from the head, the hair, and her torso. It has nice working in there as far as like scrunching it up. It doesn't feel like a solid piece of plastic. It's nice. As you move down, you have her little like cuff and her little like half sleeve thing on her arms. Those are done well. Once again, different finish, separates it from the arm. Very nicely done. The stud work is very well painted as well. It's a nice gold or kind of a bronzy color, and it's coated well. It's not really light, it's not spotty, it is about as good as you would expect. And then, of course, you have her bikini top, you have the red flames, once again, detailed very well. It's not soft, it's not too exaggerated, it's Yoko. It is anticlimactic as this review would be to just title it "This is Yoko," that's effectively what Popup Raid did. They're like, we're not going to bring her big rifle in. That's not going to be the focus. We're not going to put some cool Team Gurren logo in the back. It's just Yoko. And I think that is really cool to not get pushed into doing one of those and Popup Raid's just like character figure. This is what you get. It is Yoko, nothing else. And I think that's really cool. As you go down, you get to her big belt. Of course, if you were around in the mid to early 2000s, yeah, this is right on the trend there with the double-studded belt. Once again, very well done. Most of it is painted white, but the little silver studs are all painted well. They're coated, they're not spotty, there's not a lot of paint bleed anywhere. It's as you would expect for a good Smile product. It's very well done. Then you have her shorts, which are mostly taken up by her belt. Like I said, 2000 style. And yeah, it's done well. It is a little glossier than that of her like half sleeve on her arm or her bikini top, which is fine. It helps distinguish it from her waist and her thighs and the belt. So as much as there's a lot of different texturing and finishing here, it all works well to bring out a single cohesive piece versus really exaggerating a specific part. As you move down, you have her like thigh-high legging stocking thingies, or her thigh-highs, I guess is just what you would call them. They're done in a very interesting metallic shiny pink. They do have some texturing and sculpting in there for like where the bend of the knee is and everything. Once again, well done, but not distracting. It's in service of the final product, not in service of itself. So it is probably the flashiest part as far as like an individual painted or finished piece, but it's not too distracting. It's not too out there. And then you get down to her boots, which I think have the most sculpting work of anything on here. And you have the nice red detailing. Now, if you've ever had a figure with white on or red on white, or you've ever painted something, it is really easy to be sloppy with paint, especially with white, because it's really hard to fix sometimes. Here, that flame work is done very well. The zippers are done very well. Everything about this is just executed great. Now, I will say, if you're someone that likes big flashy things, or is more drawn to the resin or the statues, or is more looking for the spirit of Gurren Lagann's over-the-topness, this by itself may not be exactly up your alley. Now, if you like Gurren Lagann and you want a character representation of Yoko, or Simone, or Kamina, they all exist in this line, and I would imagine Simone and Kamina are done as well as this, because this is as good as you're going to get for Yoko. If you just want Yoko, great, it's here. If you want Yoko plus something, like resin effects, her big rifle, maybe look a different direction. But as a Gurren Lagann fan, this is something that I would definitely pick to put in my collection and feel very confident about it staying there and not being removed anytime soon. It is Yoko. Like I said, as anticlimactic as the finish of that is, this is kind of your pinnacle of Yoko. If you just want a Yoko, this is it. Now, if you don't like Gurren Lagann, you like fashier things, probably go a different direction. But if you like Gurren Lagann, you like Yoko as a character, this is probably the best representation you're going to get. Anyway, thanks for sticking with me, guys. I do greatly appreciate it. I've been the Spicer here for the Gunpla Network. As always, friends, stay safe and keep on collecting.